Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the while loop. We'll learn when to use the while loop and what is the difference between a while and a for. We had been learning loops earlier and we know what a loop is exactly, right? To iterate a number of times we use a loop, but it depends whether it is a fixed number of times or it is an infinite number of times, or we are not knowing the number of times the loop is going to run. So in order to know the difference, we will clearly shift over to the next slide and see what the while loop is. So the usage of while loop is, let's consider a situation where you reach late for a football practice and your coach gives you a punishment. Now there are two situations, children. Here one situation is the coach asks you to take 5 rounds of the ground, which is a fixed number, right? And otherwise he can ask to keep taking rounds until you are breathless, which is not finite. Maybe you are breathless at the end of the one round, or maybe you are breathless at the end of 2 rounds, or maybe 5 rounds. So the situation over here is not finite. So when the situation is not finite, that is the particular case when you will use the while loop. And for the other one, when the situation is finite, you can use a for loop, but you can also use a while loop for that. That means all for loops can be converted into while, but all whiles cannot be converted into for. So let's see the next slide. Let's see the difference between a for and the while. Now the for loop is used for definite loops when the number of iterations is known. Like in the previous example, when I say 5 rounds, the number of iterations is known to me that it is going to run for 5 times. Whereas the while loop is used when the number of iterations is not known. Now I don't know whether the coach asked me to take 2 rounds, 3 rounds, or he says you have to take the rounds till you are breathless. So if I am breathless in one round, I am not sure about that. Okay, so I'll use a while loop in that case. For loops can have their counter variables declared in the declaration itself. For example, I can have for int x is equal to 1, but I cannot have while int x equal to 1. That is not permitted in the case of a while loop. This is preferable when we know exactly how many times the loop will be repeated. That is for a for. So we know how many times the loop is going to repeat. For that we will use a for loop. The while loop will continue to run infinite number of times until the condition is met. So the while loop runs only and only when the condition is true, and it keeps on running until the condition is false. That means until the condition becomes false, the while loop is going to run. The loop iterates, in the case of for, the loop iterates infinite number of times if the condition is not specified. Obviously we have seen how the variations of for loop in which we didn't specify the test condition. So in that case the loop becomes finite. But over here, if the condition is not specified, it shows a compilation error, because in this case we have the while loop will enter only when the condition will be true for the first time. So you have to take care of this, and we will look into that, how it works and what is the syntax of that, okay, in detail. So over here, when I'm talking about an example and a syntax, it is something like this. Is raining is a variable which is marked as true. Now over here I've taken while is raining equal to true. Now this will result into a boolean expression, either a true or a false. If is raining is equal to true is true, then I have to keep on doing the windshield wipers, otherwise I will stop doing them. Okay, that means if is raining is false, I don't have to do that, and it will not run the while loop. But over here it is an entirely different syntax. It is for, I have taken a variable as songs played equal to 0. This is another example. Songs played is less than equal to 10, songs played plus plus. So I am starting from a 0 and I am going till 10. That means I am doing 11 iterations because it is equal to 10. Okay, and after the first song is played, first music is played, it will increment and it will shift to the other song, and it will keep on continuing till the 11th iteration. But in that case I am not certain when this thing is going to, whether it will end in 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, maybe it rains for 24 hours, so and I'm driving somewhere, So is raining will be true for 24 hours, and I have to do the windshield wipers also. Maybe if I'm going and it ends in 5 hours, we are not sure about the number, the time period for how long it is going to rain, right? So in this case, is raining will be, until is raining is true, we have to do the windshield wipers. So let's see further. So the syntax of while loop is while condition, like we can see over here in the and the right side I have written while I is greater than 1. So while I is greater than 1 is the condition. And statement or statements, I can have one statement also, I can have number of statements also in the case of the while loop, inside the loop. Okay, so over here the example says that I is equal to 10 and I say 10 is greater than 1. Now, is 10 greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. It should print system.out.println 10 and then it should decrement. And this will again continue and it will go on till I is greater than 1. That means till 2. So it will start displaying from 10 to 2. And over here, this is a for converted into while. If you see carefully, I have an initialization before the while loop. I have the condition inside the while, and inside the while, the curly braces, the block, I am decrementing. So I have all the three parts of a for over here, and if I watch it carefully, it is a for converted into a while. So over here the iterations is fixed and it will run for 9 times. It will not work for equal to 1 because 1 is not greater than 1, it is equal to 1. So it will print from 10, then 9, then 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, 4, 3, 2. Till 2 it will run. When it becomes 1, it will check 1 is greater than 1. No, the condition is false, so it will not go inside. I have not written anything over here, otherwise it would have printed that whatever is written, maybe by or program or whatsoever. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, let's see typical case of while loop. So when we are not sure of how many times the loop is going to run, we use a while instead of a for. For example, eat until you are not feeling hungry. So I am I'm hungry and I start eating, right? Now I am so hungry that I don't know how many chapatis or how much food I am going to eat. Maybe I stop at 2 chapatis, maybe I stop at 4 chapatis, or maybe if I have not had lunch since morning, sometimes you don't even feel like eating at that time, so you just have one chapati and you are over with it. So it depends upon your hunger, right? So until you are not feeling hungry, you have to keep on eating. So once your stomach is full or your tummy is full, you will stop eating. Okay, okay, guys, can you tell me that how is pandemics an infinite condition? Can you think of how? We will answer this question later. Uh, by the time you can also just give it a thought as to how pandemic is an infinite condition. Okay, now over here we are converting a for into a while, though we have seen it before in the example, but this is a clear cut same example has been taken over here. I have taken songs played equal to 0, songs played is less than equal to 10, songs played plus plus, and I am doing the play music. Over here the same thing has been done. In songs played equal to 0 is initialized outside, condition is inside the while parenthesis, and then I'm saying play music and I'm incrementing it inside. Songs played plus plus means songs played equal to songs played plus 1. So when I'm doing this, it is actually incrementing the song played by 1, and it will go up again, it will check for the condition becomes true, it will play the music again, it will increment, it will check the condition again, it will play, and so on. It will continue till the 10th number. That means it will start from 0 and go till 10. So how many times the loop is going to iterate? That is 11 times. So this is a clear cut conversion of a for into a while. Now children, before discussing the worksheet, let's discuss how the pandemic is an infinite situation. So see, the pandemic started way around in December. At that time we were saying that it might end when the temperature is going to go up, but these are all myths, and it continued. And then later on again they were saying the vaccine will come by August, and we said okay fine, it will end in August. Again it continued, and now they are saying the vaccination might come in December end or maybe Jan starting. So we are not sure of whether it will go or it will remain with us throughout our life. So in that case pandemic is also an infinite situation. Okay, so we are not knowing how the pandemic is an infinite condition. In that case we have to actually depend upon the scientists and the persons. They can only tell us, and then only we can determine whether pandemic is finite or it is infinite, right? So over here this is worksheet 13 based on lecture 15, that is the while loop. So you have to print all even numbers till 10 for the first question, which is very easy using the while loop. Okay, input a number and print its table of size 10. We have done this with a for, so you will convert the for program into a while. Second question is input a number and print all the numbers from that number till 1. Now in the second and the third question children, you have to input a number. So you have to see where the input condition of a number will come, whether it will come inside the while or it will come outside the while. Okay, and we have to print all the numbers from that number till 1, that is in descending order. Okay, the fourth question goes input 5 numbers and check and print how many are divisible by 3. Now over here you have to input 5 numbers. Now 5 numbers have to be input inside the for, no, not the for, inside a while. Okay, so you have to see where the input statement is going to come, and then you have to check how many are divisible by 3, so you know how to count the numbers which are divisible by 3. That is a very easy thing for you. So you have to do this question. Then the last question goes is input 5 numbers and check how many are divisible by 5 and even. Now here there are two conditions. One, it should be divisible by 5, and second, it should be even. That means it should be 10, 20, 30, 40 or 100. So this way it should be. Okay, these numbers you have to check whichever number you input. It's not that you are going to input these numbers. Whichever number you are going to input, 5 numbers, you have to check each one of them how many are divisible. I am not saying which one are divisible. So how many means if there are 3 numbers, the output would be 3 numbers are divisible by 5. If it is 2 numbers, then you will say 2 numbers are divisible by 5. I don't want the numbers which are divisible by 5. I want the count of the numbers, right? So children, I hope you like the video, and if you like the video, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you face any kind of difficulty in answering or understanding the while loop, you can post me in the comment section, and then I will definitely reply to that. And you can also click on the bell icon. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day, and kindly do all the worksheet questions so that we may discuss it. Okay, thank you.